Yo, check. Yeah, we not the type to play games, you can state claims. Came to show the movement, moving like a freight train. Breaking walls and crumble earth with every step we take. We walking by with lash and your neck will break. Never let it stray, so say it wrong, we'll set it straight. So coming at us with an awkward demeanor is leaving your life in the dead of face. So pedal straight, avoid these shots, we send it all costs. Truly believing that it'll be different, we watching your body get hauled off. Simple as this, we giving the vibe of the revolution that we living within. Diminish the doubt of the haters that talk on the low because of this minuscule shit. The minute you vision the lack of a limit, we giving and giving the pivot perception. We can flip the world and change this a revolution. It's a revolution. Simple as this, we giving the vibe of the revolution that we living within. Diminish the doubt of the haters that talk on the low because of this minuscule shit. The minute you vision the lack of a limit, we giving and giving the pivot perception. We can flip the world and change this a revolution. It's a revolution. It's a revolution. It's a revolution.
Sun is in my eye, talking about the good times in my life and how we shine so bright. The places we love and all the songs we heard them all night long. All night long. A perfect life, so many nights, places where we come alive. Oh, alive. The places we love and all the songs we heard them. Thought I'd change my ways, forgot the past. A new turn in direction, but that's all fading fast. Cause now I'm dancing with danger, it's pulling me off track. It knows me by first name, yeah.
too much time on you, and I don't wanna think like you do, 'cause I've not got the mind to find the truth. Taken all my life from me, to stand right here and see that I always had the thing I need. I don't wanna look back, falling too fast. My heart's got bruises. Try to put myself first, but I can't 'cause it hurts too much to lose this. My heart's got stuck waiting on you to play. Please tell me you know what to say. That's all I need to make me stay. But it's too much to ask you. Easier for you to find an excuse, and I've not got the mind to find the truth. You stuck in reverse, 'cause I got it first. Don't you tell me you're feeling hurt, 'cause you wouldn't listen if I scream. I can't take this, and we won't make it. But you knew this, 'cause my heart's got bruises. Try to put myself first, but I can't 'cause it hurts too much to lose this. Cause it hurts too much to lose this.
Might help if I turn the mic on. Cheers, right? Yeah, so as I was saying, and none of you heard, Cornicus sitting at the top, find the pass in second, just a point clear of Casto in third. Frenzy in fourth. Moyland now making an appearance on the stand-ins as he has taken over a full-time seat. Finds himself sitting in fifth. Zodak in a very good sixth position. Looking to see him extend that gap ahead of Scorito in seventh this week. Drake in eighth, Mrs. Carl in ninth, Fake Jesus in 10th, Camu in 11th, Steeled in 12th, Simseku in 13th, Hyder in 14th, Josh in 15th, Kelly in 16th, Hobo in 17th, Wi-Fi Button, the last point scorer on the table. Cons and Effectus yet to get a point on the table. In constructors, McLaren with that 1-2 in the drivers stand-ins have a commanding lead, 71 points clear of Ferrari in second. Mercedes with a lot of work to do if they want to try and get into that battle. 111 points back on Ferrari. So it's a fight on the top two at the moment. I hate that bloody audio cut when it goes on board. AlphaTauri in fourth, Alfa Romeo in fifth, Red Bull in sixth, Alpine seventh, Haas in eighth, Williams in ninth, and Aston in 10th with that one solitary point. No, I need the keyboard because I've not turned the wheel on, so I need to do this from the keyboard. Why have you done that, game? Everyone out on the softs. Let's get the track map up, lap data wrong. Like that one. See if the Sim Hub's going to be working. Does look like we've got working Sim Hub. So overcast for quali. Light cloud towards the end, so it may get faster in those final couple of laps. So Rene Folkers, that's not actually Rene Folkers. I need to find out what it is. Oh no, that's... I literally saw it earlier on the chat. Someone had changed their game tag because they swapped over to PC. Okay, I'll show it. Nope. It must have been... See that message now. So Fake Jesus top of the board at the moment with a 105.8, Jake with a 105.9, Renee with a 108.2, Zodak jumps to the top with a 105.7, Martin just coming through to the end of sector 2. Simseku goes to the top with a 105.6. See, there's a half about to cross the line. Doesn't set a time, so they must have been on the end of their outlap. Well, hopefully my audio is coming through clear enough as Martin jumps to the top of the board with a 105.0. Hyder just coming through the final corner now. Keeps it tidy, crosses the line. A 105.5 takes Hyder into second. Panda jumps up into second with a 105.2. At a Moyland into 8th on a 108.1. Kelly just starting his lap, heading up towards turn 3. 16.2, 16.3 through sector 1. Tidy on the exit of turn 3. Now have DRS down as it dropped down, slight kink to the left before getting on the brakes for turn 4. Is it back to the inside of 5? There's a Aston on the outside but well out of the way. Shouldn't affect Kelly's lap. It's the final 2 corners. Only 10 turns on this track. One of those doesn't even count because it's literally a kink. So it's a 9 corner track and Kelly crosses the line. A 105.7 takes him up into 7th place. Frenzy 16.4 through sector 1. Casto not holding back at all on his first lap. A 104.2 takes him straight to the top of the board. That one, Thornicus. 16.2 for Thornicus in sector 1. To end at 45.1 through sector 2. Got Ferrari just ahead of him. Thinks Frenzy. Getting benefit of a bit of a distant toe. Was invalidated through turn 9. It was a 104.6 with Dornica, so that would have taken him comfortably into 2nd, but he's going to have to back off this one and go again. Frenzy, a 105.8, goes into 11th. Find the pass, 45.4 through sector 2, does the same as his teammate, validates through 9, so Find the pass going to have to go again. Speedy making his first appearance of the season as a reserve. And through the final corner now, crosses the line, a 105.0 to go into 2nd. So despite having a couple of months off of F1, Speedy's still got the pace, at least when it comes to qualifying. Some work to do though if he does want to try and take that pole position. He's got 8 tenths to find to Casto. Thornicus and Find the pass invalidated as they make their way back to the pits. Come to Hobo, yet to set a time of 46.5 through sector 2 and invalidates that lap, so a bit too close to the end of the lap to really rebuild the ERS there to go for a second hot lap. Hopefully he's got the fuel of a build lap. Then go again. Warden's got himself into the 105s. Now on either an in lap or a build lap. Find the pass going back to full traction control because medium is too dangerous. Go the other way. Go no traction control. Turn off all the assists. Go cockpit view as well. Go proper hardcore. That's what we want to see. I'm hoping the audio levels are about right. to me, I'm being deafened by the game, but looking at the Streamlabs, it doesn't look like it's too bad. Until we go on board, and then on board just ludicrous. No idea why on board is so bloody loud. Casto in the pit. Cornicus has managed to set a time of 104.3, a tenth off of Casto. Definitely going to be close. Panda sitting in third now with a 104.7. So top three in the 104s. Speedy just outside on a 105.0. Stay with Speedy as he makes his way into turn 4. Haas keeping out the way. We'll see what his split is as we come through turn 6. 10th and a half up through sector 2, but it validates. It didn't even look like he went off track. At least it didn't when I was looking at his car as the mini-map went red. So he bailed on that after the invalidation. Going to build the ERS back up. So Casto still out in front. He is on an out lap, so I'll be looking to try and cement that provisional pole. Panda sitting in third in the pits. Misses Carl up into fourth with the 105.0. Not currently on the lap. Martin's invalidated. Looks like he may have been building through the rest of that lap. We'll stay with Martin as it looks like he's starting a lap now. Out of the final corner. Ignore the times on the top right. So he needs to find 8/10 to try and grab that pole from Casto. 500ths up, or 600ths up through sector 1. Needs a good clean sector 2. A little bit of traffic ahead. Hopefully everyone is keeping an eye on their mirrors and on the track map. Housekeeping out of the way. Mr. McLaren a little further ahead. So 3/10 up for Martin through sector 2. On a 4.7. Challenge in for third at the moment as Casto goes through on a 104.0. So push that another couple of tenths for Casto. Martin crosses the line, a 104.7, 3.5 tenths up on his previous run, takes him into fourth. Chronicus and Panda both still in the pits. Speedy back on track into the pit. Get that car off the audio. Thank Jesus, almost a 10th up through sector 1. As he's making his way down towards turn 4. Takes the apex and then runs it out wide. And brings it back over before the double left-hander of 6 and 7. Just takes a little bit too much on the apex of 9 and instantly bails. I think that would have clearly been a faster lap. Just not able to carry that speed through the final corner and just keep it just within limits. Inside apex of 10 is quite harsh, but then there is a lot to gain if you can just find that couple of millimetres. Find the pass going back out onto track. Try and see if you can find any more time on a fresh set of tyres. Currently sitting in 5th on a 104.8. Panda on track on an outlap. Mrs. Cole on an outlap. Speedy also on an outlap. Mrs. Cole first to start what's going to be their final run. Up towards turn 1. Nicely through turn 1. Avoiding that sausage curb on the exit. Very easy to unsettle the car there and end up in the barrier on the inside, and then quite prominent with Austria and F1. If you end up on the inside of the pit exit, the car ends up being disqualified. Hopefully we don't see any of that tonight. Moyland retiring in the pits, currently sitting down in 18th, so he's going to have some work to do through the sprint to try and get into the points positions. Mrs. Cole just coming through turn 9 now. Goes very wide on the exit, but doesn't get invalidated, loses time there as well. So 10th down, so no improvement from Mrs. Cole. It's not Speedy, that was the Zodak behind. Zodak does improve, goes up into 10. We've got the two McLarens, looks like they're working in tandem. It's getting into the still in the 104.3s, but has invalidated this lap. He's not going to have time to try and find any improvement. A 10th up for Find the Pass though, taking the benefit of the tow from Shawnicus all the way down that start finish straight and up second straight. Shawnicus keeping clear to give Find the Pass as much clear air as possible. We've got a slow Red Bull on the inside, well off the track. That's not going to hold anyone up. 2 tenths up for Find the Pass through sector 2. It's going to move him up into 3rd. Panda not able to improve, so Find the Pass is invalidated through 9. So it would have been a 104.28. That was enough for second place. Just got caught with that invalidation. Expect to see him in chat, not happy. Track limits at Austria are horrendous. Speedy comes into the pits, that sounds horrendous. There you go, there's Find the Pass, straight into chat. Fuck me, yes. As I was just saying, track limits, they're really harsh round Austria, like they are for the most part in the real world. Just got to try and work with them as best as possible. So everyone is completed a lap or in the pit. So Castro will take pole position for the sprint. Turn your volume up, game down. My volume up. Game volume down. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully you can hear me over again. Seriously, I'll do that and you go to an onboard shot, so I know onboard's stupidly loud. I am swearing at my screen. But Casto takes the pole for the sprint. Thornicus in second, Martin in third, Camus with another strong qualifying performance. He's put a few in this season, currently sitting in fourth, Panda in fifth, Find the Pass, find himself down in sixth. Would have been comfortably into second had he not tried to extend the track, although it didn't look like it was excessively extend the track. Speedy in seventh, Stilled in eighth, Mrs. Carl in ninth, Simseku in 10th, Hyder in 11th, Jake in 12th, Zodak 13th, Frenzy 14th, Jesus 15th, Kelly Kane in 16th, and it clicked off screen before I could see the last couple of places. But I know Moylan's down there, Hobo's down there. I hope we are going to have a dry race. Or a dry sprint and a mixed weather race. I'm going to say my weather thing's lying because it's saying clear all the way. We'll wait for everyone to load in, and while they're loading in, I'm going to grab a beer. Because it's Friday night and I'm not driving, so I can. Evening T, how you doing? Good to have you back in chat. Not seen you for a few weeks. Hope you've been keeping well. That one. Let's get the tyre data up. So, top two going for the medium. Martin opting for the soft. Kelly, the only other one to run the soft for the sprint. So it's I'm surprised by how many have gone medium for the sprint. I'd have expected to see more running the soft. I think the soft is 12 laps, but I think the soft can looked after in the likelihood of a safety car because it's Austria. I think soft for Martin, definitely a good choice. Also, Jelly is going to have the opportunity to get some moves done and improve starting position for the feature race. Yeah, I'm not bad, T. Just plodding away. I won't bore you with all the chaos that's gone on for me the last couple of weeks, but yeah, it's all good. Now I can't cope with, now I can't deal with, so we're good. Now we get to play with EA's horrendous camera angles. I'm so far off the grid. I want a camera angle from the front of the grid for the start, please, because I can't even see the start lights. I'm old, my eyesight's not that good. This is what we've got. These are so start lights are loud. Or the beeps are loud. So Casso gets off, holds on to that lead. Thornicus and Martin look like there may have been a little bit of contact there, but everyone getting through first part of the start without incident. Moyland up into 16th and going for a send up the inside. Can't quite get it done. There's a Red Bull of Zodak going slow on the exit, so Moyland up into 15th at the front though. Casto having to defend from and attacking Thornica straight off the bat, trying to get that move done and control the pace of this race. Martin and Panda aren't out of touch. Camus as well within the DRS. We've got a couple of laps before DRS comes into effect. First lap, fastest lap. Not relevant really. Oh, no, don't want to delete that one. That one, detail. Let's go to position change so we can see how everyone is doing off the start. So Panda up one place, Camus losing out on the start. Still to manage to gain 2. Find the pass, drop down into 8th. So lost a couple of places off the start. Now just needs to settle in, find his rhythm and make his way back up the order. As we've got Martin round. Doesn't look to have any damage, but has definitely been round. That's dropped him right down the order. Gets back going, but brings him into 19th place. So Martin with a lot of work to do now to try and recover from that spin. Having a look up the inside of Hobo through the final corner. Not quite close enough to get a move into turn 1. Hobo managing to hold on to 18th at the moment. Casso starting to open that gap in front. Is built up half a second, but with the slipstream, Thornicus closing that down to 3/10 as they enter turn 4. Camus and still battling it out through turn 5. Camus also under attack from Speedy, who's looking to try and assert himself. I've not taken part in any races yet this season. Looking to try and come back strong, find the pass, making his way up into 7th. Helped by that spin from Martin. He is within DRS of those in front. Needs to try and close it up a bit. Speedy, Camus. Speedy going for a very wide line. Goes up the inside of Camus into turn 3. Can he get it done, or will Camus get the drive down towards turn 5? Speedy still on the inside. Camus braking a little bit later. Speedy leaves him enough room, but very close there as they go through turn 4 and 5. Speedy does get that move done. So Speedy up into 5th. Camus under pressure now from Find the Pass. Find the Pass goes up the inside into turn 9, gets the move done, but Camus coming back at him through turn 10. Camus back in front. So we go back to this battle for the front. DRS is now in effect. Or at least should be. It doesn't look like Thornicus was using DRS on the run to turn 3. Will he use it now to try and get the move done on Casu down towards turn 4? Oh, the horrible audio. Get me off board. Stop saying with onboard camera shots when they're pointless. Goddamn game. I mean, it looks good, it just sounds awful because I can't even hear myself over this. There we go, that's a much more settled audio. So, Thornica still not close enough to go for a move on Casto into turn 1. Simseku picking up 3-second penalty. Panda 3 seconds off of this lead duo. His outside of the DRS is Stilled under pressure from Speedy. A little bit of contact there between Speedy, Stilled and Find the Pass. Doesn't look like anyone's showing any damage from that. Speedy getting the move done, so up into 4th. Stilled. A good start from Panda, Stilled and Speedy. Up 2 and 3 places respectively. Find the Pass back into 6th, but closely followed by Mrs. Carl. Camus dropped down into 8th. He's got the qualifying pace, but in race form, just losing out a little bit to those around him. But could stand to gain from the battles going ahead as Mrs. Cole looks up the inside into turn 1 on Find the Pass. Mrs. Cole is ahead as they run up towards turn 3. Both with the DRS, Mrs. Cole going to have the inside line, leaving space for Find the Pass on the exit, but closing that door. So Find the Pass has to settle for the inside on the run down towards turn 4. Gets a nose in front as they go through turn 4. Can Mrs. Cole fight it back round the outside? Yes, she can. Holds on to it round the outside. Gives it the inside for 5. Still side by side as they go through 6 and 7. Nice, clean, tight racing there. Find the Pass has to finally get that move done in turn 9. So it took him 6 corners to get past Mrs. Cole. Maybe even more, because I think that started in turn 1. But Mrs. Cole back up the inside of turn 1. Clear in front through turn 1. Find the Pass. Trying to find a right way round as I see someone in the background was round. That was Fake Jesus finding himself spun round on the exit of turn 1. Nice to see, waiting for the rest of the pack to go through. Unfortunately, that's cost him a lot of time as he rejoins in 19th. Cornicus has managed to get the move done on Casto. I was too busy looking at the racing further back. So Cornicus sitting in the lead as we come round to complete lap 8. Casto will have DRS this time around and is closing all the way up the start-finish straight. Looks like he backs off a little bit early, possibly opting to go for the run up to turn 3 and try and get the run out of 3. Quite get it done. They're wheel to wheel. Cornicus will get the DRS because I swear Casto was in front as they went through the activation point. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. I know what I mean. I can't spit the words out. Cornicus was in front, so got the DRS, which has enabled him to defend and keeps him in front. Panda, he's still under pressure from Speedy and Still Sneeze. Find the Pass has dropped back a couple of seconds and coming under pressure from Camus. So they head down towards turn 9. Camus on the inside. I think there was a little bit of contact as they went through turn 9 and they both pretty synchronised spin there, but that's dropped them both down the order. Find the Pass finds himself down in 12th. Camus down to 18th. He's picked up rear wing damage through that. Must have run backwards into the pit wall. Camus opting to retire that car in the pits. And Austria's not a track you want to try and drive with rear wing damage. Even light rear wing damage unsettles the car massively. So Thornicus and Casto still battling it out at the front. Thornicus still holding on to the lead at the moment. As we start lap 11, so the penultimate lap. Can Thornicus hold on to the lead, give him pole for the race? Can Casto find a way past? Is Casto going to play the strategy game and wait and get the move done on the next lap? As we've got a Haas round out the final corner. That's Fake Jesus. Has been round, gets the car going again. Where's Kelly ended up? So Kelly on those softs up one place, so not really worked as well as he'd have been hoping. Soft tyres got him up into 15th. Moyland, not really seen much of Moyland this race so far, mainly because he's been focused on battles elsewhere, but has found himself up into 8th. So into the points for the sprint and hot on the tail of Jake and Mrs. Carl. As we are on the final lap, Casso again goes for the move up towards turn 3. It's going to give Thornicus DRS down towards turn 4. The last real corner or straight where DRS is going to be effective. I don't think Thornicus can do enough to close up. He can't. Casso manages to hold on. He did play the strategy game there, choosing to wait and make his move on the final lap, knowing it would be harder for Thornicus to try and counter and come back on the attack. So the final couple of corners for these guys. Casso coming out of turn 10 now, and the run to the line. Casso takes a win in the sprint. Thornicus in second. King Phi holding on to third, although still having a moment on the way out. Must have been penalties in play there that I hadn't noticed, because Speedy jumps up into third. Panda takes fourth. Steeled in fifth. Frenzy gets sixth. Moyland in seventh. Moyland. Jake in seventh. Moyland in eighth. Stop reading names ahead. You can't do it. Mrs. Carl in ninth. Hyder in 10th. Simseku in 11th. Find the Pass in 12th. Martin in 13th. Kelly in 14th. Zodak in 15th. Rene in 15th. Hobo in 16th. Give space, people, and don't get it in return. Lovely. It was very tight through turn 9. It did, from my view, mate, it looked like a synchronised spin. But I wouldn't be surprised to have seen a touch of oversteer for Camo as he came round the corner on the sort of compromised inside line, and just caused, I think it was a very light touch. Oh, let's just scroll through quickly before it goes off screen. So now we go into the feature race. That was 12, so this is going to be 36 laps. Which will go quick. If anyone wants to give a weather update, I've just got clear. I'd like someone to say there's going to be some rain. We've not had any rain for a while. A little bit towards the end. That's what we like. Bit of rain at the end. See who tries to take the hard tyre as long as possible. Try and hold off for the rain that could potentially never come. The top two definitely in. Got softs, mediums, hard softs. Right, there's ad break. Ad break. No, we don't want ad break. Where's my mouse gone? Ad break snooze for 5 minutes. Oh, for fuck's sake. A lot of work to do. There is, but I'm sure you can find your way through. So, Casto and Thornicus looking for the short first stint on the soft. Speedy and Panda on the medium. Still going for the hard. Only one of the top 10 on the hard. Frenzy on the soft. Jake and Moyland on the medium. Mrs. Carl on the soft. Hyder going for the medium. Zodak and Rene have had a moment somewhere and reset to the grid. Simseku and Find the Pass going for the soft. Martin going long on the hard. Kelly on the mediums. Zodak on the soft. Rene on the hards. He's not going to be happy sitting on the grid on those hard tyres. Hobo on the medium. Jesus and Camus are going for the hards. Change that back to there. Pin that one off. Pin that off. Fingers crossed we get a view of the start from the front of the pack, but I doubt it. See Camo coming out of the final corner to take that final grid spot. Martin not getting parking right. So we get two bongs for the lights. It's lights out. Away we go. Casso with a good start. Thornicus going very wide through turn one. We've got yellow flags. Got a Ferrari. That's Frenzy dropped all the way to the back of the order. Speedy takes second. Panda up into third. Jake in fourth. Thornicus found himself down in 15th. And waited to, I'm guessing, allow the pack through after he ran wide. So looking at around lap 15 to 17 for the softs to pit. 17 to 20 for the hards. Casso taking full advantage of Thornicus having a mare of the start. Built himself a 2-second gap over Speedy in second. Not seen anything flag up that anyone needs an invite. I'll try and keep an eye on Discord. Jake and Moyland both up 3 places off the start. Still's lost 1 place. So your big loser is, or big losers are Shaunicus and Frenzy, both dropping down 13 places. Can Moyland do anything now to capitalise on that good start? Try and find his way past Jake. Speedy losing ground, is on the medium tyre though. Casto on that soft will have extra traction, certainly putting the wear up on those tyres, currently sitting on 9%, opposed to Speedy on the mediums on 6. Doesn't sound like a lot, but over the life of a tyre, as you start wearing through, that soft will start to drop off sooner than the medium. We don't want another advert yet, thank you. So snooze you. Oh, I've got Speedy losing out to Kingfight. Kingfight going for the move through turn 5, gets the move done. That puts Speedy back into 3rd place. Jake and Moyland just on the back of him as well. A nice little DRS train forming here. It's going to be who can capitalise, as Camu has left the session. Let's get an invite to Camu. Let's invite resent so Camu can get back in, hopefully as quickly as possible. Zai losing out to Zodak. So whilst this battle, 2nd down to 7th, all in this DRS train. Find the pass, up 4 places off the start, so sitting in 8th, followed closely by Martin. I wonder if there's been a bit of teamwork there as they made their way through the grid. They are both on recovery drives. Casto with a 4.5 second lead out in front. Panda giving DRS to Speedy, helping him defend from Jake Moyland and, well, Stilled and Mrs. Cole. Mrs. Cole looking quite feisty in the background there. Feigns a move to the inside. Drops back into the slipstream. These guys all now need to be thinking of the battles further up. Want to start costing yourself time, drop yourselves out of that DRS train. One track where DRS is really important. It's quite straightforward to stay within the DRS of the car in front. Only really got to worry about sector 2. If you can keep close in sector 2, you're going to have it through 3. Now I've got a yellow through sector 3. That's cleared. So Casto will be enjoying seeing that gap behind increasing all the time. It's now up to 5.2 seconds. Panda still ahead of this DRS train that now goes all the way back to 9th place. This, was that someone round? Someone's had a moment. Someone was Moyland, currently stuck on the inside of the track. trying to find a clear bit of space to rejoin, having to do a 15-point turn. So that drops Moylan down into 18th with a lot of work now to do after that great start. He's lost out 10 places. Still the second down to 8th, still within DRS. So Panda still at the head of a long train of cars. No moves really happening. Everyone effectively counteracting DRS on those behind with the DRS they're getting in front. It's going to be, I think this is going to be a long tactical race for those in this DRS train for the points positions. And we are going to be going to an advert break in about 30 seconds, and I can't snooze it anymore. Oh no, I can. I've got one more snooze. We've got a 5-minute pause on the adverts. So Panda and Sneezy. Panda and Sneezy? Oh, fuck it. We'll keep calling him Sneezy because that's quite hilarious. Speedy gets the move done on Panda, but Panda able to come back with the DRS. So Panda's setup had been defending against the DRS of those behind quite nicely, and then once Speedy got past, Panda able to make that move with the DRS very effectively. So I'd guess Panda's gone for a very low downforce setup. Whilst you're leading the train through sector 2, which is the only real sector where you need a bit of downforce, make your way through that midsection of the track. Whilst he's in front, he's controlling the pace, because you can go for a dive in a couple of corners, but you've got to be really confident in your car and your ability to leave the space so it's not just an outright murder. So Panda looks to have a nice setup. Speedy looking up the inside of 9, runs it out wide. That weren't even 9, that was 4. So Speedy goes for the move, but Panda gets him back through. Speedy now loses out to Jake as well. This has allowed Panda to increase that gap. Jake will bring it back with the DRS. Panda's got a bit more breathing space this time around. Certainly seems to have a setup that works in a straight line. Cornicus, a couple of seconds off the back still, but sitting in 9th, so back in the points. We'll be hoping, whilst those battling ahead, as Find the Pass looks to give Martin a bit of a push out of the corner, trying to give him the hurry up. Jake and Panda battling it into turn 4, but Panda coming out just in front. A big snap of oversteer for Panda through turn 7 though. Has allowed Jake to close that up, and this could be Jake's moment to take second place. So they head up the first of 3 DRS straights up towards turn 1. Still trying to find a way past Speedy, but can't make it done in the background. Panda having a great drive out of turn 1 though. Allows him to defend nicely into 3. Speedy in that Alpine sandwich. As Martin goes down the inside of Mrs. Cole. A bit of contact there with, I think that was Steeled. And they trade places through 4 and 5. Martin up into 5th, still drops down into 6th. Mrs. Cole holding on to 7th. Panda, not Panda, Find the Pass just behind. As Still peels off and comes. Was Stilled into the pits? No, that's Mrs. Cole into the pits. So that moves everyone up a single place. All the while, Panda is battling these cars behind, trying to hold on to that second place. It's allowing Casto to increase that lead in front, now at 9 seconds. And I hate that camera angle. Thank you. So unfortunately, Casto, you're not going to get much airtime whilst you're nearly 10 seconds in front. The battle is behind. A DRS train from 2nd all the way down to 8th. I wonder if Mrs. Cole's done the right thing, pitting early, trying to go for the undercut. He has come out in some clean air. Oh, excuse me. So it will certainly help her try and push on, get the tyres up to temp and start closing in, and hope as everyone else starts filtering into the pits they come out behind. Jake is closer than he was last time. Panda's setup, that straight line speed, be working wonders, allowing him to defend against the DRS. I guess he's got some good ERS management. Tyres are looking fairly similar across the board. Martin with a slight tyre advantage being on the hard tyre. Find the Pass and Thornicus both picking up 3-second penalties there. And for those of you who have subbed and can still hear me, thank you for the subs whilst everyone else is on. It's going to be a 2-lap ad break. Not sure why they've started coming back on, but they've got another minute and a half to go, so they're missing all the fun. So that just shows, if you want to support the channel, hit that sub button. That's the only plug I'm going to do, because I think there's only 1 or 2 of you watching who can hear that plug. So it's a bit pointless. I might chuck that plug in a minute when the adverts are finished. Panda still holds on to 2nd. Jake, Speedy, Martin, Still, Find the Pass, Thornicus, all on the back of this. Thornicus has got to be coming in for tyres soon. Those softs up to 55%. Opts to stay out as Find the Pass comes in. So between the two McLarens, Find the Pass has got more wear, less wear on his front compared to Thornicus. I know Thornicus would have been pushing to close up on this group, but expect to see Thornicus in this lap. to get off of those softs. He's almost out of the DRS. In fact, he is out of the DRS now. As Jake has made the move and got past Panda. Can Panda come back at him down the start-finish straight? We know Panda's got great straight line speed. Someone else is peeling off. That's Speedy into the pits. Your right wheels did look like they were slightly outside the pit entry line, Speedy. But there was fractional, and I literally only saw it for a split second. So no move from Panda up towards turn 1. He's going to hold it for 3. Jake's opened the gap to half a second. So Jake in the clean air, able to pull that gap. Panda has got DRS. Barely close a 10th. Actually loses out as they go into corner entry. Can Jake push enough now to open that gap and break the DRS? So pit stops are now going to start keeping an eye on people a nightmare. Kelly Kane up into 6th, some 12 seconds back on this lead pack. As Jake comes into the pits, Castro also in the pits. So Panda takes over the lead of the race, followed closely by his teammate. The Astons both fielded by reserve drivers tonight. In terms of points haul, that's going to hurt Aston having their cars finish high in the points, but that won't affect the team's championship. Still running in a strong 3rd at the moment, but out of the DRS of the two Astons in front. Castro comes out of the pits into 4th place, has a lovely bit of clean air ahead of him. Obviously, all 3 cars ahead do still need to pit. Panda comes into the pits. Martin staying out on the harder tyres so he can go deeper into this race. Guessing he's going to try and go as long as possible and go onto the soft for his final stint. Panda just making his way out of the pits now, is going to rejoin into 9th. Brings him out behind Speedy. So Speedy making the undercut work. Speedy currently sitting in 8th, but he's got a 2.5 gap back to Panda. Panda's going to be trying to get those hards up to temperature as well, so he's going to lose time on this lap to Speedy, whose tyres will be closer to their optimal temperature. Both Stild and Martin yet to pit, both on the harder tyre, so I'm gonna estimate they're gonna look for around lap 25, 26. Trying to have a 10 lap run on the softs. I know we see Find the Pass and Cornicus take those softs to lap 18, but if you want to get the most out of them, you need to be on them as short a time as possible. You've just got to offset the lack of pace or the loss of pace of the hard tyre as you get further into the wear against how much more pace a fresh set of softs will have. It's where sprints do get more strategically interesting the way tyres carry across. Casto up into second. It looks like Stilled has had enough of those hard tyres, so Stilled into the pits. Casto takes second. He's only 2 seconds off the back of Martin. So when Martin pits, Casto's going to inherit the lead if he's not already caught and passed him. Stilled will come out into 9th place. He'll be ahead of Fake Jesus, but he'll be a fair way back from from Panda, sorry. But he is on the medium tyres, so still should have the faster tyre once they're up to temperature, but he's got 5 seconds to find to Panda in 8th. Mrs. Cole right on the back of the McLarens. McLaren's currently running 3rd and 4th. And if there's going to be some tactics here with the DRS, Camu's retired into the pits, so our first retirement, 20 laps in, but in the pits. I was going to say shouldn't cause an issue, but his car's coming out of the pits as this mid-pack are approaching, and I've seen car AI's exit in the pits cause absolute chaos. It's keeping it off the side, but it's driving a hell of a long way up the track before it parks up on the inside. It has cleared now, so Thornicus up into 2nd, find the pass in 3rd. Casto with an 11-second lead. Mrs. Cole sits in 4th place, just ahead of Speedy, as Hobo picks up a 3-second penalty. There are penalties going to be in play. 4 of the top 6 are carrying penalties, so it will be interesting when we get to the final laps where the gaps are. As it stands at the moment, Speedy is going to benefit most. Currently sitting with no penalties, but I don't know how many warnings he's on, as he's right on the back of Mrs. Cole into turn 1. Now, I have seen these two have come in together through turn 3 before, but Speedy gets the move done well before the braking zone of turn 3. So Speedy up into 4th. Mrs. Cole with the DRS trying to fight that back. Thornicus and find the pass. Trading places down towards turn 4, but I think find the pass has not fought too hard, allowed Thornicus to keep pushing through in front. This pair, if they play the tactics right, could trade DRS to help themselves break away from the parents behind, as we've lost Rene and Moyland. Rene's car's parked on the pit exit. Moyland's car is making its way out of the pit, so both retired in the pits as far as I can tell. Maybe Moyland will jump into comms if he's bored. If he's not playing Team Engineer to the rest of the DXC chat. So Thornicus and Find the Pass have managed to break the DRS gap back to Speedy. I think Speedy might struggle to close that back up, but still is the only one in this little group without a penalty at the moment. Panda right on the back of Jake as they come Oh, Moylan's left the session completely. Hopefully with 12 laps to go we don't get any bugs from migrating hose. Panda right on the back of Jake as they run up towards turn 3. Panda not close enough to get the move done. Or are we further down? Hobo 16th running in a bit of clean air. Fake Jesus and Hyder, teammates battling it through turn 10. Jesus on the inside as they run up towards turn 1. Hyder just gets a nose ahead. Side by side through turn 1, but Jesus getting the worst run out of the corner. So Hyder managing to stay in front, but then picks up a penalty as they go through turn 3. Zodak in the DRS of Simseku. Can he get close enough to try and make a move? He is closing as they run through turn 9. We'll stay with Zodak. Closed Oculus program without thinking. Hopefully it doesn't bug. At the minute it all seems fine. I guess we'll only know when reports come in for people jumping around, but it doesn't look like anyone's jumping around. When Zodak going for that move around the outside of turn 3 on Simseku. Looks like he caught him sleeping there. I mean, I was sleeping a bit because I was reading chat. But that's Zodak up into 11th. Got some work to do now to try and close it into Frenzy and steal that final points place. Out in front, Casto pretty much cruising. He's losing a little bit of time to those behind, but he's got plenty in hand. He can take it steady, rebuild that battery. Keep everything in hand so he can push when he needs to. He's got that an 8-second gap over Shornicus. Find the pass. Lost ground to Shornicus. Whether he's now trying to play the defensive. 5-second penalty for Hyder for contact with someone. I didn't read it quick enough to see who that contact was with, but that's put Hyder out of the race. He's into the pits. Was he retired in the pits? The only car around him would have been his teammate as well. Find the pass under pressure from Speedy and Jake. Speedy and Jake, though, fighting with one another as they go through turn 10. Does give Find the Pass a bit of breathing space. I'm wondering if everyone's forgotten that you need to try and work with the car in front of you to close up on the battle as the two Aston Martins go side by side into turn 3. That's Martin trying to find a way past Panda. Not getting it done. Martin has closed that gap up with the medium tyre over the hard on Panda's car. Wear-wise, not a lot in it, so Martin does look to have taken more out of those medium tyres. I'm trying to keep hydrated. Yeah, that means I'm drinking beer. It's Friday night, I'm having a beer. So, Jake and Speedy, well, these two have been battling. They've lost ground to Find the Pass. Speedy is still standing to profit from penalties at the moment as Jake makes his way round the outside of Speedy through turn 1. Doesn't look like either of them have DRS as they go up towards turn 3. So it's allowed Panda and Martin to get onto the back of this battle as well. So Speedy should have DRS on Jake down towards turn 4. Isn't really able to close that gap up. Takes a 10th out of him. Would have expected to see more. Jake with what's looking like a very slippery car. Once he got past Panda earlier, Panda had been doing really well to hold on to the front of that DRS train. Once Jake got past, he did start to open that gap. I'd say will tactics come into play, but Speedy, Panda and Martin are all reserve drivers, so points they score don't count towards the team's championship. They do count towards their drivers' total, so if they become a full-time driver, they will have any points they've earned allocated to them, but it won't affect the team's standings, which is why Moyland found himself sitting on 57 points in his first race as a full-time driver tonight. And I did forget to say a big happy 29th birthday to Moyland. I've not got the audio clip, so I can't replay that of Brett singing you happy birthday last year. But happy birthday, Moyland. I hope you did enjoy the racing you did before you decided you'd had enough. And hopefully you'll be sticking around afterwards to in the chat, and we can just have a virtual beer and whiskey or whatever. Why's Casso just dropped down to 9th? Simseku's retired. Casso's apparently in 9th, but he's running for... Oh, I do. Now the game starts bugging. I mean, how fucking long did it take? Come on, sort your shit out. We've got yellow flags in 3 sectors. Simseku looks like he's retired in the pits. Things are restoring to normality. So Casso still 8-second gap back to second place. Cornicus and Find the Pass closer now than they were earlier. Jake opening that gap over Speedy. Speedy will have DRS available, but Speedy, I'll give up. That leaderboard's doing my head in now because Casso's dropped all over the place. Yeah, the leaderboard's fucked, so I'm going to have to wing this one. Casso is in front of Cornicus and Find the Pass. Find the Pass is in front of Cornicus though, so Find the Pass getting that move done. Jake running in 4th, still under pressure from Speedy and Martin. They're starting to open that gap over Panda. Looks like those hards may be starting to wear and costing Panda a bit of time. They're still sitting in 8th. Looks like still did just lose the position, and now a Williams up the inside that I'm guessing must be Mrs. Carl. heading up towards turn 3. Yeah, leaderboard's annoying. It's completely wrong. Hopefully the results are right when I scroll through them at the end of the race, because I'm guessing if Moylan's left the session, it's not going to be able to capture the results of the feature. So Casto definitely out in front. Find the Pass sitting in second. Is starting to actually close in on that gap to Casto, but I think it's a bit too much with 2 laps to go. Thornicus in third, dropping out of the DRS of Find the Pass. I would have thought they'd have played team tactics. Jake running in 4th place at the moment. Speedy in 5th. The leaderboard is, yep, all over the place. Is Speedy in 5th? Is Zodak in... Oh. Speedy does appear to have lost out to Zodak, but then Speedy's back up in... Oh, I fucking hate this game. I really do. This just makes it... How can Zodak be running 12th? Speedy in 5th, behind Zodak on track. Martin, Panda. Casto definitely first, leading the pack. Then it's the 2 McLarens. Oh, this... How? I can't even work it out. Zodak appears to be in 4th. Guessing Jake in 5th. Jake in 5th. Martin in 6th. Speedy down in 7th. Panda in 8th. Stilled in 9th. Mrs. Carl in 10th in a nice little battle. Then Frenzy, then Kelly, then Pay Jesus. And then Zodak in 13th going through turn 1 in 4th. Or as Zodak must have been lapped. It's the only thing I can think is Zodak's been lapped and it's all gone. It's all got really confused. But we've got rain. The final lap, we've got rain. No one can really pit. No one would gain anything from pitting. That's what it is. It must have been lapped cars causing chaos to the leaderboard. So Castro coming 2 corners to go. Through those final corners on the dry tyres in the wet. Casto takes the win. Don't know, he's past the line. It's not even saying he's crossed the line. Casto gets the win. Thornicus in... Oh, this is gonna be... Yeah, I've got no idea who finished where. Yeah, Zodak definitely ended up getting lapped. Why is Martin DNF'd? Well, Hobo, yeah, the Zodak and Hobo 13th, 14th. They'd been lapped. That's where it confusion started for me because the leaderboard went tits up. I don't believe Martin DNF'd. But I don't know. It was carnage. Or chaos. We'll just turn that off, ready. See what the weather says. Oh, light rain. Yeah, it was a good drive from you and Sean Lucas find the pass. I'm not actually sure what order you actually finished in because it all went mental. But according to the game, let's go to race results as we get to the right screen. So Casto took the win, Sean Lucas in second, Find the Pass takes third, Speedy in fourth, Stilled in fifth, Jake in sixth, Panda in seventh, Frenzy in eighth, Mrs. Carl in ninth, Kelly in 10th, Jesus in 11th, Martin in 12th. I don't believe that one. There's something weird happened, but I don't know. Zodak in 13th, Hobo in 14th, Simseku, Hyder, Rene, Moyland, and Camus were your DNFs. It was a good racing tonight. There were battles through most of the grid. There was such a long battle of DRS train at the front from second all the way at times down to 10th. That kept my focus, and it was a fun watch, honestly. Sorry for the caps. No, that just shows how much of a fun watch it was. You were enjoying it that much. I'm glad it was an enjoyable watch. I'm just annoyed that the game the leaderboard went to pot for the last few laps and caused confusion for me and everyone watching. But we will be back next week. Where's my mouse gone? Too many screens. And next week, yay. Actually, F1 at Cota's not too bad. So yeah, next week we are back for Cota. It should be a good race. Hopefully the weather plays a part. I'd love there to be some rain because that makes Sector 1 of Cota a nightmare and a magnet for chaos. And then sun later on, so they're all moaning about the nice long straight driving into the sun and can't see anything. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for those who've been in chat. T, Fun the Pass, Zodak, Moyland. Try and quickly scroll back through. No, that's it. Yeah, Hobo didn't even bother to make an appearance tonight in chat. I mean, how rude. But yeah, thank you everyone who's been in chat. Thank you everyone who's watched along. Don't forget, get involved in chat because it makes it more interesting, especially if you're watching. If you're driving, obviously concentrate on what you're doing, but if you're watching along, give a shout out to drivers you're looking at, drivers you're following. But I'll be back same time next week for round 9 at Cota. Thank you.